Okay. God, I hate introducing myself. Technically, I work right Gregon. Um, I just call myself a storyteller, so I tell story on every platform, from movies to animations to audio dramas to short novellas. Working on some big novels also, and I create universes at the same time. Then I'm also a polymath at the same time, so I think that's the best way I can describe myself. Um, I like to be humble. You understand? I like my work to speak for itself. Okay, is that enough introduction?
Yes, I think we can keep it up from here.
Okay, good. So, um, I should kick off, right? I
Yes,
should just
we're kicking
talk.
off. We have a topic. Our topic is the perspective of directing from the screenwriter.
Okay, cool. So, first thing first, from the screenwriter's perspective, so I think I'll start with story. Story is
Yes,
everything. Everything is story. Because today I think we'll be talking about story more than any
yes.
other thing else again. So,
Mm-hmm.
one mistake we keep making is that I tell people a lot of times that technology is meant to make man's life easy. Do you
Okay.
understand? Cool. So if we're telling stories, storytelling has never changed since the beginning of movies, since the beginning of all time. It hasn't changed. What just changed is technology. And technology is supposed to help to tell stories, not
Okay.
stories helping to tell technology or showcase technology. So these days, most times in our movie industry, even in Hollywood these days too, there are so many Hollywood movies these days I don't want to see again because it's all technology and effect, and the story is very weak. Is that we focus more on technology instead of story,
Mm-hmm.
and they always tell you that story is what king. Story
Right.
is king. I will never stop emphasizing that story is king. You can make a good movie. Sorry, you can make a bad movie out of a good script. Take that down. You can make a bad movie out of a good script. So a screenwriter writes a very good story and gives to a bad director, he will make a bad what? Movie. Do you understand? But you can
Right.
never make a good movie out of a bad script. So if the
Mm.
screenwriter is a bad writer, writes a very poor story and
Right.
gives it to the best director in the world, except the
Mm-hmm.
director says he's going to rework on the story, that movie can never come out well. No matter the great actors you put inside, you put all them. If I speak from Nollywood, you say Ramsey Noah, um, OCKG, bring in Will Smith, bring in Samuel L. Jackson. That movie is not going to come out well at all. Not at all. So story is what we should focus on more. And it pains me that these days we are leaving story and we're going to what technology. I told somebody the other day, I said, if you can't watch the movie two times, it's not a good movie.
I agree.
Sounds funny though. If you can't
I
watch the movie
agree.
two times, you can't see the movie twice, it's not a good movie. And somebody
Mm-hmm.
will tell you things like, I saw that movie, the picture quality is very nice. So, but was that the reason why you went to see the movie? Was it really the picture quality or is it story? Now check this out. You go and say a movie and the
No.
person tells you, you go and say a movie and the person tells you, oh boy, if you see this movie, the movie go where die. Man, see the actor, see the gear, they have to fight the bulls, blah 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 blah. The person never mentioned what? Picture quality. Do
Mm.
you get picture quality? So this for example, this movie, yeah, I know it has its flaws, but I'll applaud the movie. I love the movie. It was a great movie also. It's
Okay.
King of Boys. When you're talking about King of Boys, you never talk about, yeah, it has a very good picture quality too, but you never talk about the picture quality. You just focus on the what? The story. Say, you see
Mm-hmm.
the story makes sense. That I love the story just like this, like that, like that, like that, like that. So also Hollywood, when you're watching, how many times you talk about picture quality in Hollywood movies? Because we don't focus on the picture quality again. We know that okay, picture quality is not the issue right now. It's the story. It's
Mm-hmm.
the story. Who said, did you see Avengers picture quality? It was very, very nice. Mm-mm. Man, the story went well. Ah, God, Iron Man's death was just painful, as in I almost cried and the
Yes,
rest.
I
It's
agree.
story.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get? So
Yes.
let's go back to the basics. It's the same thing too. It's very me, for example. I can still watch the old Nollywood movies. Living in Bondage, the old one, I love it very well. Do you understand?
Right.
Okay, I'm not here to shoot anybody's movie, so I will deviate a bit. Uh-huh. I watched Igodo recently.
Right.
Igodo, and it was still very interesting. I can
Mm-hmm.
still see all them Aki and Popo. Now the thing is this: the picture quality is not all that, but the story is still what grabs us. You get? I downloaded this movie of recent for the 1997 movie, I think so, or 2007, Men of Honor. Great
I've
as
seen
before.
that too.
Do you understand?
Cool. Mm-hmm.
So every single time I tell people, let's go back to the basics. Let's get the story what right. Forget about technology. Forget technology. Forget the best picture, camera. Forget those things. Now, please don't get me wrong. We need those things also because if story is king, note if story is king, we need to put him in a what nice regalia. So it's like this. How Larry. If somebody comes to meet you and the person is dressed tattered, and the person says he's a king, you'll be like, really, what kind of stupid king is this? But when he opens his mouth to speak, you'll not be like, oh, okay, this guy is really royalty. Oh. You get? But
Yes.
it is worse when somebody comes dressed all full regalia and he says, I'm the king. And you're like, hey, Oba, we hail you. Then he opens his mouth to speak and he's speaking rubbish. You get
Mm.
offended. You understand? So it's the same thing when I say we shouldn't throw away the picture quality and stuff like that. But those things are meant to enhance the story for us. You
Right.
get? It's not the story. They're meant to enhance the story. So I tell people on my set most times, I tell them, I be like, every single person has to understand storytelling, how to tell a
Mm-hmm.
story, from
Mm-hmm.
the costumer to the makeup artist to the
Mm.
set designer to the cinematographer to the editor. Editor, you need to know how to tell stories. So please, all of us have to understand how to tell stories, not just the screenwriter
Okay.
alone.
Right.
You get? So I'm
But I have a
a
question. Though. I have a question, Mr. Gray. Sorry for cutting you short. I have a question.
yeah.
Recently, there's a post that went viral of a
Mm-hmm.
screenwriter who had tendered this script to a director, and she went to the cinema to see her movie, and she said she barely spent 5 minutes into the film. She thought it was not
Whoa.
properly made. She thought it was not the way she had written the script. In cases like that, who do you think is to be blamed? Do you think the script writing was bad? Do you think the storytelling was bad? Or do you think that the director did not understand the perspective of the screenwriter?
Okay. So yes, I'll put it like this. Filmmaking is an art. Do you understand? It's
Mm-hmm.
an art, but don't forget it's show business. Show business.
Business.
Do you understand? There's a business to screenwriting. It's a business to filmmaking. We're not only there to just go and make the movie and put it out there. We need to see make money from it. Do you understand? So first thing first, I'll blame the screenwriter. And let me
Okay.
explain why I say I will blame the screenwriter. It's two reasons. One, I'll blame her and I'll not blame her also at the same time. But why I say I will blame her is because of this. First thing first, I will ask the question, were you contracted to write the script? So did somebody tell you, this is the story, write the script for me? So that means the person paid you. So your job is what? Done. You get? Your job
Mhm.
is what? Done.
Don't
So they've taken their product and they will do with the product whatever they want.
what they like.
Like. Do you get? So that's the first thing first. Then secondly, if you are not, if let me say, let's assume you wrote the story, maybe it's your own story you wrote, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm looking for a director that will direct my movie for me. And you call the director. Sometimes I'd be like, if you're not looking for money and you're just looking for good work, and maybe it's your own story and you're looking for somebody to direct it, then look for a director you can trust.
Mm.
Do you understand? Look for a director you can trust. Most times, that's why I'm a writer's director, meaning I write and I direct. So most times I write my own work and I direct my own work. And if I write anything for anybody, I tell myself, this thing is not mine again. It's what? It's gone. Whatever
Yes.
happens to it, uh, it is based on the person. And like I mentioned here earlier, I said you can make a bad movie from a good script, but you can never make a good movie from a bad script. So first and foremost, I would compliment her that she actually did a great job. Do you understand? But maybe the director is one to blame, and there's nothing she can do about it. What I tell writers most times again is, when you finish writing your script, uh, it's a business. When you finish
Right.
writing your script, let go. It's not easy because when I'm writing my script, a part of me is placed inside that script. So when the story is going bad, I'm seeing that they're not portraying it well. I'm feeling hurt inside. But I think that one talent every writer should get is the ability to just let go. Once you write it, let what? Go. You get so
But
good. So
how easy is it to let go as a screenwriter?
it's something you have to learn. Till now, I can't still let go. You get me? I can't still let go completely. I'll just lock up. I'll look up, be like, God. So if you, it's funny sometimes. If somebody gives me a story, if someone you give me a script to write, the first before we start discussing money, I want to know the story. So if the story is good enough, you already bought me already. That
Mm.
one, I'll even do past you, Seth. You'll be tired of. I'm telling you, let us add the, let us add it. You'll be like, oh yeah, great, it's enough, it's enough, it's enough. But when the story is bad first, and I tell you that this your story is weak, oh, and you say you want it exactly like that, so it's
Mm.
my funny trick, Sha. I'll expose myself today. I will not tell you. I'll be like, okay, if you still want the story, don't worry. I will write it the best way I can write it. But after you shoot the movie, don't put my name inside. I will give you the best work I can give you from the same story you say you don't want to change. Then I'll tell you, after shoot the movie, don't put my name inside the movie. People are telling me, what if the movie now blows tomorrow? I'll be like, let the movie blow. Because I treasure my name more than anything. A good name is better than what? Silver or gold. Good, because when the movie comes out tomorrow and the movie is bad and they see my name on it, it's Grey gone. I say, after I'm going to make my say, I be right film, blah, 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 blah. You get so. But we should also forget that filmmaking is one of the biggest collaborative art form in the world. You cannot do it what? Alone.
Mm-hmm.
Only me want to act the full film. Only me will be doing cinematography. Only me will be doing light boy, best boy. Be acting the actor, be acting the bows, be acting the extras, be directing, be shooting. Jesus Christ. If it's if it's animation, it's possible. Do you
Okay.
understand? If it's animation, it's possible. But if filmmaking, maybe I will experiment that. Only me will do one movie alone. Every single thing in the movie will be done by me. Well, it's not easy though. But hey,
That's
such is
just when
life.
you do. That's just when we do. We'll do a documentary on that. That would be awesome. I'm also going to ask how long does it take to write a screenplay? How long should it take to write a screenplay?
Okay. That question is very big. It's a big question. It's painful that hey God, I'm going to shake tables right now. Oh. I'm going to shake tables. Hey God, I hope they're not here. Or God should help me. But it's painful that we don't really have a strong. We have Writers Guild in Nigeria. I know we have Writers Guild in Nigeria. Do you understand? But I don't think the guild is doing enough for the writers. Do you understand? I don't think the guild is doing enough for the what writers. They don't have the interest of the writers in mind. We don't even have in our industry right now. The industry is it's kind of scattered. It's more like do what works for you. Do you get so? So me naturally, it depends on if it's a feature length movie. A feature length movie. My biggest problem is not the writing of the script. The biggest problem is coming up with the story.
Hmm.
Coming up with the story and the outline from beginning to end. If you come and meet me and tell me, Grace, see my outline to my movie, yeah. This is the outline from beginning to end. This is the outline. You tell me the story. These are your characters already. Give or take, if I'm not doing anything at all, I can use a week or 2 weeks to finish the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the main work comes in developing the story. I can use a whole week to develop the story because it has to take time. I'll give you an example. Somebody meets me and tells me, Gray, I have this story. The story is about this boy and the girl. They met in primary school. Then something happened. They not met in secondary school. Then later on again, they not separated. Then something happened. They not met in the university. Then later on, something happened. They not separated again. Then finally, during the after they left university, they now met. One day the boy was shopping in a supermarket and he met the girl there. But now the girl is already engaged. Then summer. At the end of the movie, the boy and the girl will get married. So great, go and work on that script for me. And in my mind, I'm like, okay. So first thing first, what's the setting of the movie? Is it set in modern day time? Is it an epic movie? Is it set during the Biafra War time or Civil War period and the rest? I don't know yet. That's my job to go and what do. What's the name of the boy? What's the name of the girl? We don't know. Is the boy poor? Is the girl rich? Are they in the village when they were in primary school? Does the boy have brothers and sisters? What about the girl? Is she the only child? Then what happened that took the girl away from from that separated the boy from the girl?
Hmm.
What happened? We don't know yet. Then what was the girl doing when she left the boy? What was the boy doing? Then how did they meet in secondary school? Is it a private school? Is it a government secondary school? In what state? Is it in Nigeria? That's
Hmm.
my job to do. All these things I have to go and what? Research
True.
and come up with all these single things. And the painful part again, at the end of the day, after I now come up with a very strong, concrete story, then the person will now say story by the person, written by Gregon. For real, like for reals, for reals. Who did the work for crying out loud? Who did the work? You understand? Who did the work? So
Right.
technically
Right.
speaking, what are we saying? And because of this, I call it fast food. Fast food. I won't call it the fast food generation, but because of the way the country is, everybody is hungry and everybody wants everything at a
Quick.
go. Somebody
Hmm.
will, quick, and somebody will tell you, give you the story today. Say, I want the script in 1 week time. A feature length movie, I want it in 1 week time. And because of that rush and everything, it now makes we now come up with poor stories. We come up with poor stories. And another painful part again, because the filmmakers can't tell don't understand storytelling, any script that comes to their table, they just take it.
Hmm.
Do you understand? They just take it. Because screenwriting is both is both a craft. It's both a craft. There's a science to it and there's an art to it. So what I tell people is this: anybody can write a screenplay. You can teach anybody how to write a screenplay. It's very simple now. Take a final draft. Fade in. Bam. There's action. Action is where you put the actions inside. Start the script. Put the person's name. Write the person's name in capital letter. All those very simple. Anybody can write a script, but not everybody can tell a good story.
Hmm.
You understand? So when I want to teach screenwriting to people who are serious, I don't even start with learning how to write the scripts. I teach you how to tell story. Do you understand? I teach you how to tell story first. When you understand how to tell story first, the screenwriting is no problem. Don't worry about the screenwriting. We'll get to the screenwriting part. How to tell stories. Because I believe anybody who grew up in the 80s and 90s, I'm not that old though. But anybody who grew up in the 80s, relax, calm down. Anybody who grew up in the 80s and 90s, we knew that we all knew how to tell stories. We all knew how to tell stories. When we didn't have access to TV, then only one of your friends will watch film and come to school. Everybody would gather. The person would be like, gang, 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 gang. In the beginning, the actor was walking in the forest. He hold the gun.
In
The next thing, yeah.
I did that too.
Oh, yeah, 90s girl, you did that too, right?
Yes.
Okay. And 80s, 90s now. 80s, 90s, some 20s too. Let's hope so. So I think that's the whole thing. So I would say, for me, like I said, it depends on, at least, if you give me like a week, if it depends on the story and how concrete the story. If you already have your outline well, you have your treatment well, your story is concrete and strong enough. Maybe if it's a feature length movie, maybe a month. If that thing is a month, I can do a month. When I say a month, I can give it to you in 2 weeks time or 3 weeks time. I say a month so that you will not police my life.
Right.
Do you understand? So you won't police my life. And it's Nigeria. They can take lights, stuff like that can affect the whole work too. So I say a month should be, but if the story is very weak, extremely weak, I would say maybe a month and a half. A month and a half. But like myself, there's a series I've been working on since 2016. I've been writing it. I'll write, go back to it again, rewrite. While I'm looking for sponsors for it, I'm still going back to write it again. I'm making it better, better, better. Because one secret I'll tell people is this. Ideas are like living things. They feed on knowledge. So when you have an idea, most times I tell people, I say, you have an idea for a story, don't rush into it. Leave it alone. The more you know, the more you learn, the more the story becomes stronger and bigger. You start understanding that the more things you're learning, the more you're feeding the story with. But if you just rush the story like that, the story just dies. It becomes very watered down. It's all good.
Well, I'm going to ask, how does the person become, because you kept mentioning becoming a better story writer, becoming a better storyteller. How do you become a better storyteller?
Okay, cool. The first thing is I will never stop emphasizing it. Watch movies. Do you understand? Don't watch movie just for the entertainment. You get me? Don't watch movie just for the entertainment. Watch movie for how the story is told. Do you understand?